Good evening there, friends and neighbors. Bobby here tonight. Hey folks, here a while back I had a subscriber that made a comment on one of my how-to videos about this countertop here. He had saw the countertop in one of the videos and was questioning how I made this. So about a year ago, closed in this wall here, built a half wall, framed it up. We arched the openings at the top and decided to put us a bar top here. So this is what this video is about today. I'm just going to try to briefly go through what I did to build this thing. It's tiled in granite, but let's start first with what's underneath it. I used 3 pieces of MDF and glued them and screwed them together, and they were allowed to set up and dry overnight. And then we come in here and screwed it down to the top of the half wall here. Now the section right underneath the wall here, this is only 2 thicknesses of it, but everywhere else, out here is 3 thicknesses of the MDF. So folks, that's what we done first. And then after that, we were thinking about how we're going to lay this granite tile on here, and I thought it would look a little bit better if we laid it diagonal. So the way that we laid that off is we took a measurement from one end over to the other end, and then we found the midpoint of that measurement, and then we made us a mark, and then we squared it. Squared us a line across here, and then we done the same thing from this edge here over to this edge. Found the midpoint and drew us a line all the way down. Okay, so we had our center point, and we had a line drawn each way. Okay, now it's time to lay the first piece of tile. So we just lined up the corners of the tile on the lines that I had made. So that's our first piece laid in place, and then we went ahead and laid the next piece, these other 2 almost full pieces, but you can see that they were cut off on the end, on each end, these pieces here. And then of course all the rest of them had to be cut, and ones on the end had to have a radius cut on. Okay, and the way I done that, I used a side grinder with a tile cutting blade on it, and just took my time and was very careful, and I got all the pieces cut and laid out. And as I was laying them out, I was using spacers, because we went with a 1/4 inch space in between each tile, and we got them all spaced out, laid on here, made sure they all fit and everything. And then it was time to go ahead and glue them down. And the way that I done that, I didn't use thin set, I used an adhesive, okay, with a notch trowel. So I done them one piece at a time, and I'd lay out my adhesive with a notch trowel, and then I buttered the back of each piece of tile when I laid it in place. And I would lay the center one first, put the spacers in, laid this one, laid the one down here, and then laid all the other pieces and kept the spacers in as I got them all laid in place. Allowed that to sit up. Now for the edge of it, I found some mosaic tile, and actually I was kind of debating on what color to use. I actually was going to use some different colors to kind of tie in the colors of this room here, but I decided to go with this black. It's actually recycled glass, pretty cheap stuff. Comes in 12 by 12 squares, and I just took a knife and cut them down to three pieces of tile here, 3 thicknesses of it, and attached it the same way using the adhesive, and glued them on and let it set up really good. And then after they were set up good, it was time to grout it, and I grouted it with some black grout, and we got it all washed down and cleaned up. And it's been here for about a year now. There's been no problems with it at all, and I like it and the kids like it. And after I do know this, I did seal it about 3 or 4 days after the grout had dried good. I did wipe it down with a sealer, and that's all I've done. Just it's been great. We've enjoyed it. So this is one idea for a bar top, and it really wasn't that expensive to build. Definitely a lot cheaper than getting a cut piece of granite custom cut. You can get this stuff here for about $5 a square foot. I think custom granite is about 35 to 40 a square foot, and of course you got to get all of it at one time. So folks, there you go, and quick easy way to make a bar top. We'll see you next time, friends. Take care.